Alright, so we spray painted the car. We're waiting for it to dry. And what we were talking about last time is we wanted stuff on the roof. Because the Ghostbusters car has a lot of stuff on the roof.
Yeah.
So we didn't draw that in, but what we did, we had to paint white walls on the tires already. Not too bad, right?
Yeah.
So we found some stuff that we could put on the roof. And I found these neat little...
wires.
Well, they're wire covers.
Yeah, wire
So we're going to use these to act like hoses and stuff on the car. See if we can zoom in a little bit. I don't know if they can see very good. Alright, so those are the hoses. We'll run those.
And we also made these little...
Yeah, I made this thing, which is just a little detail with orange and red. And I made those out of a wire nut. So we have a big red wire nut, and then I just glued a orange one cut off in there. So we're going to put that on the car.
We used a pen part for another little tank.
Yeah, I took some ink pen stuff apart, and we're going to make a little...
And for the
light on that.
sirens, we use these ink pen tubes.
Yeah, we have these. They're ink pen tubes. You can kind of still read where it says Bic soft gel on it. And all I did was heat them up with a heat gun.
Yep, and
squished them a little bit. And I think we're going to clean those up and get them nice and clean. And we're going to make these the top siren lights. So those are going to work for us.
And we also made this box.
And we have a box just to take up some space. We'll probably paint that, you think?
Yeah. And we have this green tank.
Yeah, I think that's going to go on the side. So I was thinking what we could do is on the top of the car, you find out where we're at. Oh, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Hold on. We can use a picture of the car and plan it out. Look at that, because we got a roof right here.
Yeah.
So I think we want a siren light here, and I'm going to put some silver paint or maybe even aluminum foil on the middle to break it up. Yeah. And then I was thinking we could have this light here. And this tube here next to it, and we're going to put this square box right in the middle. And then I was thinking we could put that on there like that, and we cut a little yellow thing. And I don't know about this copper. You think the copper thing over here?
And we might have space for these thingies.
Maybe. I don't know if we want to clutter up too much. Let's do this. How about if we do this? Let's move these back like this.
Okay.
And then let's see those. And then I think the white one could go up front like this.
Yep.
We got enough. I think we got quite a bit of green on. I like the green piece. Do we have too much green on it already, you think?
I think it could do a little more.
Right here?
Yeah.
So we could do this, and what I was thinking we could do is these hoses.
Yeah, we could shove them into the tank.
Right, so I think they're going to go in here, and then what we'll do is we'll drill a hole in the car. So we'll stick that in there, and then we'll drill a hole in the car, and we'll wrap it around, and this can come down the side of the car, because on the real car it's got two hoses that come down it.
Yeah.
So that way we use the blue one there, and maybe this yellow one on the other side. And have it run down, and the same thing right between where the fins go, we'll have those go down into the body of the car.
Yeah.
And that'll decorate our roof. So we need to finish our lights, and we need to wait for the car to dry, but we're about done. So we got all our other parts in. We still got our lights to put on. We have to wait till our paint dries for that. Yeah. And we still got this red hose if we want to add another one.
Yeah, we need more hoses.
Where are we going to put it?
I was thinking we could just like have it running on top of the roof.
So just drill two holes,
yeah.
one go one side, and then we could maybe do that. We could have a hole drilled in one side and just have it kind of works around like this.
Yeah. And
then go down. We could do that.
And we also need like a piece of wire for the incredibly tall and radio antenna.
I don't know if the antenna is going to work because people got to hold this and see. Somebody's got to pick this car up and put it on the track.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid if we get too much stuff on there, they won't be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a problem. So what we need to think about is how to fill these ends.
Yeah.
So you got to put something in there.
I'm thinking maybe clay.
Clay maybe could work.
Or we could shove some cork because we have some cork pieces.
Yeah, we could maybe do clay. Clay might work. And I'm thinking what I'd like to do.
And
we had an extra piece, didn't we? Here.
Yeah, extra.
We had this piece here. We're not going to work because I accidentally heated it too much and I melted a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they can see that, but I overheated it with a heat gun and it started to shrink too much. So I broke another ink pen and we used it and flattened it. What I think we could do is if we mask this off in the middle. Let's see if it'll work. I don't want the whole thing to be blue. We just want the ends to be blue, right?
Yeah.
So if we take this and if we're going to put this on our car, we can mask this off. I don't know how wide it needs to be. We'll experiment.
Yeah.
So for our light, if we did this, our light would end up being about that big. Where'd my pencil go? Where's my pencil? There it is. We can cut this off, and we'll experiment on this part we're not going to use because it didn't work out anyway. Cut this off here. Hard to cut that stuff. Our tape's too wide though, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We might need some narrower tape.
No.
Well, we got some narrower tape. We can make it work.
Yeah.
I got narrower tape. Or, you know what would work better? Let's do this. How about we do this? About 2/3 here. You watching? You ain't watching. You're playing with stuff. A piece there. And then about the same thing. Go over about 2/3 onto this one here. And tape that. And then we can take our paint marker, or just this regular marker. And I was thinking if we painted this in the middle, it'd make the light look less. It wouldn't be one big blue chunk. It'd be two blue lights at the end. That's what I was hoping for. But just tearing up some ink pens gave us a lot of cool parts.
Yeah.
And ink pens, we have a supply of broken ink pens for some reason.
Gee, wonder why.
Yeah, we got a bunch of those. So I think we'll color this.
Kept tearing them apart to get the ink tubes out.
What for?
So I could get other tubes out, put them in other ink pens. I don't know.
Well, we got a bunch of them, so we'll use them. All right, so if we do that, let's let that dry for a second. And I'm thinking about doing it on our lights too, so we'll see how this looks, because we need to have a silver middle. And then I'd like to have something on the end.
I thought the middle was white.
And on the car, it's silver.
Oh.
So now if we untape this, it might take 2 coats, but we'll see what it looks like if we just do this, all right?
Alright.
So it might take us 2 coats. So I was thinking.
Also, why did you tear up this arrow fletching?
It came off an arrow. It was already broken. They break sometimes when you shoot them.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like that. So we end up with something that looks a bit like that. We might need a second coat of the marker. But what do you think?
That looks real.
That looks more better. It looks better than the plain one, right?
Yeah.
So I think we'll do that. We'll tape those off front and back, and we'll make those into lights. We still need to find some caps on the end. We might need some clay.
Yeah.
We might even put something in there. We're pretty well in our weight range. We're a little under. So it would be nice to have some weight too.
Yeah.
So maybe we can find some weight to put in them and then cap them.
Yeah.
And then there'll be weights and set on our car.
Yeah.
And then if we have too much weight, we can just take some weight out.
Yeah.
That'll work, right? So I think that's about what our car's gonna look like. It's not exactly this layout that the Ghostbuster car has, but I think it'll work, right?
Yeah.
So let's tape these up. We have a few minutes left on the. We're gonna run out of film pretty soon, or memory card, right?
Yeah, and then it'll corrupt the card.
Yeah, we gotta remember. We gotta remember to turn it off. All right, so we need to put this in here. Let's go about halfway. I like that.
How many minutes do we got left?
22.
Oh,
We got time.
We're fine.
We got time. I'll have to go empty some cards because we're running out of memory card on the camera.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do that one. Get on there. Get on there. Okay, and if we tape those up, front and back, then we should be able to just color them with the marker. That's what I think. It's got a little bit of a burr on it still. I can't get off. I got it. Tape these up. All right, here's your marker.
Wait, I'm doing this?
Ooh, you can color, can't you? Let me adjust our camera so we can see. We got it all facing forward. And get it closer to the edge. So you can see what we're coloring on. So we're just using this marker. And we're just going to color the middle of it.
Okay.
So don't get it under the tape. You're just going to kind of scribble on it. And I think we'll find something to plug those ends with, and then we can put some weight in it too. And then I'll add weight to our car. We're off camera still. I moved the camera and everything, and you're hovering all over in the middle of nowhere. So I think we color those, and that'll look like lights. Do we need to put coloring on this green thing too, or just leave it?
I think we'll just leave it.
A whole big green tube? Because
Yeah.
we have some gold too. We have a gold marker.
That might look weird.
Okay.
I mean, the car's probably gonna get slimed or something.
Well-
So you wouldn't want gold.
Okay. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be real gold. It'd just be a gold color.
Yeah. Because in the movie, one of the Ghostbusters guy gets slimed.
Yep.
So that means the car could also get slimed.
Alright, so our car is kind of dry. Still got some where we can see some wood through it. But I think we'll leave it. It's good enough. What do you think?
Yeah.
That way you can tell it's wood. I don't want to risk putting more paint on it because it's going to run pretty soon. It's a really thin paint. I kind of wish we'd have found a different quality paint. That paint's not really... Paint's not that great. Doesn't seem like it's working very good for me. Like to have found a different paint. Yeah, think we ought to hit her again just for kickers?
Yeah, just for kicks.
Alright, well you go ahead and continue doing that, and I'll shoot some more white paint on this real quick, and then hopefully it'll be better done. Not very good paint. We need better paint next time. Getting it all in my fingers, but it doesn't seem to want to stay on the car at all. It sticks to me good.
That's the point. It sticks to you, but it won't stick to the car.
Yeah, it sticks to me just fine.
Just like tape. It won't stick to anything you put it on, but it will stick to you.
Sticking to me just fine. Alright, we get them all colored. Alright, go ahead and hit her another coat once that dries. It's dry enough, I think. You've been working on this one, right? Go ahead and hit that with another coat and get it all completely filled in. Camera again. You keep wanting to work off the table. The good news is that dries pretty quick, and I think if we spray some clear coat over the whole car and we're done, it'll seal that and it won't rub off over time, you know. So we'll have to find. I got some clear, I think, somewhere we can use.
This smells like our truck when we newly bought it.
Well, there was some weird caulks and stuff stuck on the truck, right?
Yeah.
It did kind of smell like chemicals.
No, mostly just the bed, though. They killed that bed.
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff in that bed, didn't they?
Township truck, that's what you expect.
So we about got her. And we untape them. Hopefully they'll look a little bit like that one after they're dry, right? That one there. So.
Hey, you're right.
Like
It did cover you. Your fingernails.
Yeah,
are white.
I got my fingers all white.
I didn't actually capture.
That's all right, because I was holding the car. All right, so I think we're ready. Do we want to add any paint to the rest of these features, or just leave them the colors they are?
I think all the features we should just leave the color they are.
Okay, and we'll glue them on. You think hot glue?
Yeah, actually, this
something?
one I think should need get some silver
Where are you gonna put silver on it?
all over it.
All right, we'll color silver on it. We'll get it all over your fingers. I only got one of those silver markers. I need to buy more of those. I usually use the black ones. I don't use the silver ones very often, so I only got one. They're handy though. It's easier to color these markers than it is the paintbrush, right?
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier to color these. And when we do the other colors, we can use like these watercolor Posca pens. They're kind of expensive, but these work for making other colors. They're little paint markers, and that works better than paintbrushes for us because we're not very good at paintbrushes, I don't think.
No, my mom.
Yeah, so I think we're using the paint markers works a lot better. So I like those. All right, you got her? Close enough?
Close enough.
All right, we'll set there so it'll dry. All right, so all we're waiting for the car to dry, and then we're going to mask some car off and put some red on it with one of those paint markers, I think. What do you think?
Yep.
All right, let's pause the video before then. All right, so we're going to start thinking about putting red paint on it because we got the white paint on it and it didn't look too bad. Hopefully this tape won't kick our paint back off. So when I look at this car, it looks to me like the Ghostbusters car has a red line. Kind of goes like this, right to the tail light round, kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. And it stops before the hood.
Yeah, it doesn't go all the way to the hood off there. So we got extra tape there. So we need to make this. How do you want to angle this a little bit, like off the windshield, or you want to angle it this way? How do you want to do the front where it stops up here? So it stops on top. So we can angle it like this towards the window?
Yeah, let's do that.
You want a sharp angle?
Let's do kind of a curved angle. I mean, what's it look more like in the picture?
Well, you can see the picture here. You can't see the top. I don't think they show the top of the car. So I don't think they show the top of the car. See, it looks like it just stops behind the
it
mirrors.
just stops. Let's just do it like that.
So yeah, it looks like it just stops on top.
Yeah, it just stops.
It's all on top, so we could rotate this tape around. I got more on top.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Let's see if this tape here. Let's see if we can start in the back instead. Come on, tape. That, and maybe we can get it to do this and come up on top of the car instead.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
You want to come all the way window though and stop it, or?
I think yeah.
So I bet if we rotate the tape this way, we might be able to get to go like that. How do you feel?
I like it.
That work?
Yep. You get a Oscar.
We're not ready for it yet. Not ready yet, bud. Not ready yet. We don't want to paint these windows either over here, right? So we need to get a piece of tape to go down this side too, and right in this little groove we cut. We made a groove here. We want that to be taped off too. This.
Yeah.
So you want the whole fin, because on the back it comes around too. So that'll mask that off.
Yeah,
We'll paint this whole piece.
Let's come around on the back.
And in the back, it comes down about halfway into the light like this.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right, so that'll tape it off. And the reason we tape it off is because it's hard to keep a straight line.
Yeah.
That'll help you do it.
Human fingers aren't great for drawing straight
Well,
lines.
even when we paint like real cars, like
Yeah.
when we get around to painting the Falcon, we're going to use tape to mask off any lines.
That's gonna be a lot.
It's a lot of tape, but yeah, we'll use tape to mask off the lines because we want to make nice clean lines.
We'll also have to mask off the windows and the
yeah,
seals.
we'll have to mask off the windows and the seals.
And the headlights.
Probably
and
buy
the
new
taillights
seals,
and
so
the
we might not
grill.
have to worry too much about the
Yeah.
seals. We'll probably buy new ones. This
And-
tape's sticking up here. We gotta
And
be
the
careful.
headlights and the taillights and the turn signals and the grill. And the bumpers too,
All right,
probably.
so we need to make the other side match now, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's see if I can remember how I did it.
The tape
started.
kind of makes a wheel skirt.
I started by masking off right at the top of this bumper piece, right?
Yep.
Kind of like that.
Yep.
And then I pulled it up and rolled it on top of the windshield like this. And then we smoothed it out. Smooth that out. Kind of like that.
Yep.
You can get this one over a little bit more. We'll add more tape to get that one over. Actually, this tape right here might do it. We want to get this one to come over just a hair more so we don't leave a knot point.
Yep.
That. All right. And then we mask off along the window
Yep.
on the side like this. We'll wrap that around. Okay. Then we needed a flat piece to go on the back. Right behind the fin.
Yep.
That. This rises up here. When we paint it, we want to make sure paint doesn't go under this tape right here. So I'll show you how to keep it from going under the paint, the
Okay.
tape, okay? It's the way in which you use the marker keeps you from going under that tape. We don't want to go under that tape. A little bit on the bumper, although we're going to paint the bumpers anyway, so if we get any on the bumper, we can just touch that up.
Yeah, touch it.
Touch it up. All right. So we got it taped off. Pretty good. All right, now we need a red paint marker.
Now we get a Fosca. That's what I thought you'd say.
Is it shook up enough? Now I like to have something to dip these in because the felts, they kind of dry out. So make sure I'm on camera here.
Do the caps go on the backs?
Not really.
Okay.
I like to have something to dip, make like a puddle.
Yeah. And you just push down on the...
Right, you
the
push it
felt
out to get it
thingy.
going, but the felt kind of dries out when you're painting, so I like to have this. And these go on a little pink, so it looks pink.
Yeah.
But if I recall correctly, it dries a really good red.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is right here, especially on the back where this tape is rising up,
Yeah.
we want to come off the tape. So we're going to go like this.
That's what I
That's
did.
it's a little too wet. Well, the wetter it is, the more it will sink under the tape. We don't want to do that. So you want to come off the tape, kind of off the tape like a ramp.
Mm-hmm.
A little too wet. It might soak under the tape. We might have to touch up our white. We can do it.
Yeah.
So now, I want to fill in all this There you go. So color all that in. I'll do it on camera, so stay kind of over the bench. And get over. You're almost getting off the roof there, bud. Take it easy. Gave you a whole 3/4 of an inch, and you're about to go over the top of it. I'll get the corner. Don't worry. Just get the rest of the stuff you can get. Okay. We'll get in there. We'll get in there. We can push it in there. It's going to be a little hard to get in there. You don't have to go over tape on that one. It needs to run down. Just because it was bubbled on the back. Just because it had a sloppy spot. It might get paint under it. We'll have to touch it up. We get the red paint on that. That's the only red paint on the car. Just those 2 little streaks.
Yep, there's also the logos.
Well, yeah, we're going to make the logos. We'll have to make, I think we're going to print those and then glue the paper on.
I was about to ask why the taillights were red, but now I don't have to. Because we were going to use those as clear.
Mm-hmm.
That look appealing to you?
Looks good.
I'm just gonna touch it.
What about this part?
That's not too red, right?
All of it, down to the tape.
Oh.
The tape is where we're
Oh yeah, the fins are red.
That's why we put tape on it, bud. We put tape on it to mark where our lines are. Everything that isn't taped on that chunk.
I'm just gonna scrabble.
And stay on the tape now, don't get too crazy.
I'm no Pablo Picasso.
Mm-hmm. No, I think so.
Yeah, I
No
am.
crooked ears, sideways faces. Alright, so we have a problem here is we can't really get in that corner. We have a smaller marker that will, I think.
Yep, and I will.
Get the smaller red. I think they're the same. Hold on. I think they're the same. You're going to dump them out doing that. Shake that up. Let's see if we can get this all colored here. Finish it up with that one.
Gotta vigorously shake them.
Yeah.
This is probably enough, right?
Yep, sounds good. Get the point going. How you smoosh the point to get it going?
Yep.
Yeah, do that. Just touching up your leftover part here. You left a couple holes, touching them up. That's good. Don't make a big puddle, geez. Look how big a puddle you got going there. Waste some paint there.
I'll probably draw a bunch later
Don't want
to use the paint.
to waste all the paint. Okay, so that's as far as we can get in there. We're just going to set that there. We're not going to put a cap on or nothing yet.
Okay.
I'm going to take this one and see if we can get that last little bit down there.
Weird how this, the clip on one of on the small one is clear, but the clip on the other one is black.
That's just the way they made them, I think.
Ooh, these ones you can clip to your shirt.
I don't think they really need to clip your shirt. But
I
okay.
won't. I wouldn't do it.
Okay, see if we can get this one to paint in those little notches. That little chunk there. Oh, you missed the whole bottom of it here. Oh, goodness.
Oh, sheesh.
I'm glad I saw that, man. You missed the whole bottom of it. Alright.
That would have looked bad.
I doubt if anybody would notice. Pinewood Derby cars are generally the 5-foot cars, right? No one looks too detailed on them. A lot of kids made them, so they don't really expect perfect paint or nothing.
But they do expect the perfect sawing because the grown-ups have to help with that.
Yeah, well, you were good at using the scroll saw, but they didn't want us to use a scroll saw. That's alright. We'll follow the rules, right?
Yeah.
We might need to get a piece of paper and tuck this paint in. It doesn't, even our little marker won't get in there. We'll cut it a little tighter, I guess, than the other side. Guess they ain't cut exactly alike, huh? Oh well, make it work.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. Okay, we got all that in there. I think what we need is something else really thin like that. Get that dipped in that paint and see if we can get that to work down there. fill up all that little groove so it matches. There you go. I got my fingerprint in it. I turned it over and put my finger on it. And now I gotta fix that. That's all right. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. All right. Now this stuff isn't very good. Like, it doesn't stick very good once you touch it.
Yeah.
Until it's dry, and even then we'll have to clear coat it. So we need to set this down and not touch it a bunch of times, because when I touch that, it's gonna come off all over my fingers. And that'll dry a little redder than it is now.
Yeah, it already looks pretty dang red. It's
And
like a hot rod red shade.
I think, where are the marker? There it is, this marker. I think we'll use this for the bumpers.
Oh.
So I think what we'll do is we'll take this.
You know how you couldn't do the wheel skirts?
Yeah,
Might be able to use tape for
I don't
them.
think we need wheel skirts. I think it works all right.
Were the wheel skirts an option?
No, yeah, they were optional on that car.
So there were probably a ton of them just running around without wheel skirts.
So I think, would that be a good enough color for your bumper?
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
All right, well, let's tape it off, because I can't make a straight line for nothing, right?
Not even I can.
So let's tape it off real quick, if I can do it without touching all the red. So let's tape that off and make a nice straight line. That. And we need to we're going to paint the grill in too, right? We're not going to do anything for the grill other than paint, right?
Yeah.
So we need to do that too. So let me get this side.
And it's going to be kind of like a dark chrome.
Yeah, we have two colors of that silver, so we might try a different silver.
Yeah.
For that.
Because it's going to have to be opposite the bumper. And then we need to add turn signals and blah, blah,
Yep,
blah,
lots
blah,
of stuff
blah,
still.
blah, blah, blah.
We're getting there though, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're mostly done with the wood.
Yeah, we're just decorating it now. We're done with the wood. We're just decorating it.
Looks like someone just mashed a bunch of paint on all over that fin. They just mashed it, paint on it.
Right, so I want to go ahead and get this lined up, and you can go ahead and color the bumper.
Yeah.
You want to do it? Okay, here's a marker. Don't touch the red. So you're going to hold it like that without touching the red. Do the bumper. Go in the camera. Lean forward. Yeah, get over the bench.
If it were a real car, we could probably just spray this with silver paint.
Maybe. Chrome, no, it's spray paint never looks like chrome though. It always looks bad. You have to have things re-chromed if you're going to do it right. But usually once the chrome gets that bad, we just paint them because chrome's expensive. It's hardly, well, actually, I don't know if it's expensive so much as we can't get it done here. You have to ship everything off. There's no chrome places around here.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of our motorcycles end up with paint instead of chrome.
Yeah, black paint.
We just kind of change the look of the whole bike because chrome is hard to get done here. We'd have to ship all those parts off.
I try not to hit the grill.
Well, not yet. We're going to do the grill too. We're going to use a different color for the grill probably. We have a darker silver. That'll work for that.
You're gonna do the bottom.
Just a little bit. You don't got to go all that far. Just go around the edge so when they look under it, it's a little bit silver. You don't do the whole bottom. Just around the corners. And at the front where the license plate goes too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Like that?
The whole thing. No, whole bumper. Whole bumper on the front. That's the
Oh,
bumper
I
too.
thought that was the grill.
Nope, that's the bumper too. I taped over the grill. Again, with the tape. Why'd I tape it? Whole point of the tape, man, is so you'd have something to color against.
You're gonna see under it just a little bit.
And we'll do the windshield too the same way. We'll move when we get our colors done.
Yeah.
We'll tape the windshields off like we did the last car.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a little chunks of windows we can paint inside too. That way we can color inside the windshields. And we do the windshields in a blue we have, right?
No, we did those in chrome last year.
Well, maybe we'll use a blue this time. We have a nice blue that I think will make good windshields.
Yeah, they're kind of a tinted black.
Okay. All right, don't touch the red. Get inside it. Dude, you're all over the place. Just color inside. You'll be fine. Yeah, there you go. That shouldn't run like the other paint marker did, so you should be okay as long as you don't overdo it. Don't go too crazy. Should be okay.
As long as I don't jam it under the tape.
Yeah, don't push it under the tape.
Like that.
Yeah, don't do that. So you're trying to do it, you silly.
Touch it up a little bit on here. I bet you're going to say still you're trying to do it.
Well, you need to get a nice, clean, even. See all your spots? Okay, be careful. You're jumping, lunging at it. You're going to get off your tape. All right, now once you get it done, see how you can see the marker lines?
Yeah.
So I would do, after I got all that filled in like you've got it, you can see the remaining marker lines. I would run some like this. Because when it dries, I think it'll look like reflection coming off your window.
Looks like glare.
Like a little bit of windshield glare. All right, put the cap on it. Give it a second to dry. We missed a whole spot down here. Hold on. You missed a whole chunk down here, man. All right, now we got her. Once that dries, we should be able to pull our tape off. And hopefully we'll have ended up with pretty good windshield. So you push it under your tape a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll scrape that off. It'll be all right.
It actually looks pretty good. I don't think we'll need any scraping.
Well, right there on top, you see those little lines?
Oh, it's a 50-foot car.
All right, it's a 50-foot car, not a 5-foot car.
It's a 5-foot car.
All right. So let's let that dry a little bit more, and we'll do the back window here real quick. Yeah, and then the diagonal lines. And then I'll hopefully make it look like a little bit of a reflection, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I did my diagonal lines a little too.
Well, you got the wood grain there that's kind of forcing it to go sideways
Yeah.
too, so your pen probably gets stuck in the wood grain a little bit.
Like that?
Well, yeah, but you're kind of making it harder on yourself by using the
Your
very
grip?
point. Turn it over side down and use the side of the marker, like this. Here. Use the side of the marker, and then it'll color better. So we get all the middle, and then we'll get the edge really lightly. So hopefully it won't run into our tape so much.
And we'll hit it with clear coat one last time.
Yeah, after we get all the markers on, we'll get it with clear coat. Okay, get the middle first. You got a lot of middle still before you get to the edge. You're gonna fill up the tape trying to get closer to that edge than that. Get close to it, and then we'll get the edge last.
Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, don't run with the tape. Run across it like that. No, not with the tape across. There you go. You want to run across the edge, like a ramp. There you go. That way it doesn't push any of the marker under the tape. Okay, get the back window too.
Yeah, I'll do it later.
Yeah, do that after. You'll be fine. Yeah, do the lines after. And we'll get it all cleaned up, and we'll clear coat it, and then we'll be ready to do headlights and tail lights, and we're about done. We need to put door seams in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a fine marker, and I think maybe we can do that in pencil. I mean, pencil I got on there don't look too bad, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can do that in pencil.
Pencil is.
I used to have a very, very fine tip marker, but I don't think I do anymore.
Is it by any chance the color we read?
No, it's a black one.
Dang it.
I think the pencil looks okay. We might just do the pencil. We might use the pencil.
No one even knows the pillars are there.
Okay, get the other side. Get the other side.
I'm touching the car on the paint with very extreme care.
Move up towards our bench. You're moving farther and farther into the shop every time. Pretty soon I'm gonna have the camera shooting all the way over the back side wall of the shop to even see you. That's pretty good. Get the next window. Don't go too crazy. You see this popping up right here? That is going to allow you to get paint right under it. We don't want that, so let's stick that down good. Don't want to work paint under it.
Dad.
We need to get a box to put all these trophies in too.
If it's a plastic tote, we're going to want to take it back.
I think that we might use that tote. We need to find paper, newspaper or something, wrap them all up in them. 30, 40 minutes just packaging them all, you know what?
I spent time on the car, you spent time on the trophies.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Okay,
both spent
next
some
window.
time on the car. Prefer to get the edges first.
Okay. But don't go over it too many times. See how many times you're going over that one spot? Yeah, just one. You can come back later after it dries, but if you keep going over when it's wet, you'll force it under it. The more times you go over it, the wetter it's going to get. So you want to just go over it like once, and we can always come back for a second coat. Ooh, it's on our fingers from the tape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's right. We'll touch it up.
You can kind of play checkers with the wheels.
So you think maybe for these back windows here, we should just pencil them in like that?
I think we should marker them in.
Well, let's see what the pencil looks like.
Pencil.
Let's see what our pencil looks like, because I think you want them to be a fine line, right? I think a pencil will work.
Did this come from an entirely different pen?
I don't know. I've had a couple pens we used. I don't know which pens I used. Whatever was in the desk took apart is what I used.
This is probably like one of the pen collars.
Yeah, I used whatever pen parts I could find in the desk that were already taken apart. So.
Because those are the ones you want to use.
Use that in the middle of that? Kind of, I guess. I think we'll be able to get by with just pencil here. Let's see.
Look at our wire nut.
What do you think?
Yeah, those are.
We still need to put handles on them, but I think we can do that in pencil too. Clean up all our smudges.
I kind of like this nuclear generator.
I like that. That came out pretty good. I think that looks pretty neat. Now wait till our paint dries here.
It's literally the cut off wire nut with a wire nut jammed in it and then super glue it together.
You look at this. That paint we ran over looks like, well, put your eyeball on the pencil. It looks like the eraser takes it right off. Clean it up with a pencil eraser, I think.
Let's do it.
Okay?
Yeah, it looks like we
You're gonna
did.
get stabbed with this pencil. You keep leaning into the point.
Stab me in the hand. See
You
how
keep
I like
leaning
it.
into the point of the pencil, silly.
I'm gonna go up and check the time.
There's a clock back there behind you.
I'm not sure if it's accurate.
By the way, it is. I said it not too long ago.
Not even close. It's 5:20. Almost. It's 10 minutes off.
All right. What do I do with my razor blade? I keep losing this razor blade. There it is. All right, ready to clear coat it, you think, or
Clear coat it.
is it clean enough? You don't think we need to de-smudge it more? I think it's all right.
Yeah, it's good enough.
All right, well, let's pause the video. We'll go shoot some clear on it. Because they can't see spray paint over there anyway, right? We'll just get paint all over the camera. Now we're ready to put all the other stuff on it. Lights and whatnot, right?
Yep.
So we need these tail lights to go on those, right?
Yep.
Let's see if we can get a drop of glue out of here
Let's see if we can get this top off.
to go. No, I think it's glued, bud. One drop.
No, it's not. It's turning.
Okay, one drop. Oop, that's probably too much, but one drop here. And one drop there. All right. Okay. That's got too much glue in it. I can see already. It's going to squish out everywhere. Okay, I'm trying to do glue here. Don't make a mess and don't elbow me, okay?
Okay.
Let's see if I can soak all the excess glue out of there, because that's going to make a mess when it squishes out. We don't want that. There. All right. And then we should be able to take these lights, tail lights, and push them in, right?
Yep.
That's the theory anyway. Come on. Wah. Of course it flipped upside down. Get in there. I like that. And then this one. The opposite like that. Okay. Taillights.
Yep.
Good enough?
Yep, perfectly red.
Alright, so there's those. We need headlights too. I don't know if this super glue will work for the headlights. You think it'll glue to that?
Why does it look like something's burning?
It's not something that's burning. What are you talking
There's
about?
like those like little fumes rising.
Well, because there's fumes coming off the glue. I don't know if these will work for the headlights because we don't have much to glue to. Let's see if I can get it to glue, but it might not be the right glue for our lights. Plus, we're going to have trouble not getting it all over our fingers, huh? Let's see if it'll hold.
The Adventures of Super Glue are probably laughing at us right now.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to hold. We might need to use a different glue.
Like epoxy?
We can use epoxy. We could probably also use the liquid nails, which would be tan colored, but I don't know if that matters since they're headlights. It might make a nice yellow color, so we can try that too.
I
kind of held. It's holding a little bit, but we got to remember how the car stops. It stops by hitting a pillow.
Yep.
So that might come loose, but if it doesn't, we can probably go ahead and...
Let's add some liquid nails for safe.
Well, let me close this up and we'll see how well this is on there. If it glues well enough... I can't get my fingernails in. I think that's glued good enough, bud. That's on there pretty good. We'll use super glue. I think it's going to work. We got to use liquid nails for the other parts.
Okay.
So we need to get this without gluing our fingers to everything.
We also need to get the logos on.
Yeah, we have to cut those still, right?
Yeah.
I added some clear coat to them, but now we need to cut them.
We can get some scissors and
Well,
cut
give
those
me a
out.
minute. We're doing one thing at a time, all right? Oh, too much glue. Again, I'm going to glue this to my fingers in a minute. Gonna glue it to my fingers. Uh-oh, already did. I flipped it right into my finger. Glued it right to my finger. All right, so let's do this. See if this will work. Yeah, it's gonna work. Put some glue here.
I'm not gonna touch that
Well,
spot.
that would be a good idea, right? Super glue there. Fingers won't work to pick up these little lights. We want one to go here, like that. Yep.
Try to get the glue, yeah.
One more glue on it. All right, this one, I need that one.
It's easier to grab them out of my hand or harder.
It depends on how you. Sometimes you turn your hand weird directions, and I can't reach them too.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, you make it harder to pick up.
This is literally what I'm like, okay.
Sometimes. All right, we're going to touch a little glue in here to help glue them in.
Yeah. And I think you said if the roof looks too empty, we can coil up one of these hoses.
Yep, we can add more hoses because those don't weigh very much. We're getting close to our weight, so we don't want to go too crazy, right?
Yeah, I think we should put the hoses running down the side. And the original car actually did have
Okay.
some roof space up there.
So that works for those.
Yep.
We got our taillights in. You know what? We probably could put just a drop here in the taillight too, just to make sure it's glued.
Yeah.
I want them coming out. There we go. All right, so that'll glue those. For our roof stuff, I don't think I'm going to use super glue. I think we're going to use that liquid nails because it's more rubbery.
Yeah, which I don't actually see right now.
Let me go look around. I know it's in here somewhere. Okay. All right, and we want that pretty close to this thing, this pipe, right? Like that?
Yeah.
Look good? Pretty centered?
Pretty centered.
You ain't looking, you're playing with other stuff. That look
Oh,
good?
yeah, that needs to move back.
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 Right there.
A little more.
Well, I already got it screwed down now. What do you mean a little more? We don't want it on the way in the back.
That's probably good there.
Okay, let's put it there because I want it to match the front.
Yeah.
You know, the spacing?
Yep.
All right. We could use hot glue on this too to glue it down.
Yeah, but hot glue's heavy.
It's heavy and it's messy.
And it can burn a giant hole in your hand.
Well, not a giant hole, but it could burn you. The gun could, right?
Yep.
Try to get this excess off of here now. Something to work with later. Or at least it's close to the right color though, right?
What should we use to glue on the hoses?
I don't know. We'll think about that. All right, so we'll get that glued down. Okay, so those are pretty good. Pretty happy so far, right?
Pretty happy.
All right. Can we decide on this box?
I think we should put it on.
Okay, because we were going to put that right here, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Back it up a little bit like that. And then we wanted this to go on.
Yep, behind the box as like a generator.
You want it angled? Like this angled? Or you want it angled like this?
I think it should be angled like that.
Like this?
That way it looks like it's connected to the box.
Oh, okay. we might be able to do that. So let's get this. First thing I need to do is glue this middle part so it doesn't pop out. Right here.
Yeah.
Because we pushed that in there and it's held in there basically with finger pressure.
Yeah.
But if someone pushed on the top of it, it might push that down.
Are we going to the Pinewood Derby in person?
Yeah, but they're doing it just by dens this year because of the COVID. So we're just going to race with our den, and then won't be able to race the other dens. Yeah, we'll do that, and then they won't be able to push that down.
Yeah.
And then we can add some glue to this, the rest of this.
Because the way they stop the car is not by ramping the track up. They have it smashed into a foam block.
A little foam block, which I don't know if I'm agreeing with, but you know, it works, I guess, right?
I mean, here's the car. Here's the foam block. Ew.
All right, get all the excess glue off that. And you said you want it to go at about that angle, right?
Yep.
Squish that down?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we had this little thing. You said you kind of wanted to go back here?
Yep.
Okay. You're about to drop an ink pen right in the glue, bud. You were playing with an ink pen and put it almost right there in the glue. That ain't good. This, I don't know if it'll stay down very good or not because it's got not a lot of contact point because of the claws. It might pop off. We'll see. We might lose that. Let's goober a little bit around the edge. We'll just pretend like the glue is part of it, what do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe they cut a hole in their roof and had to caulk it up so it wouldn't leak rain.
Yeah. Maybe it's a ghost finder.
Think so? Because that doesn't leave us a lot. We might even need to file that flat so it has something to contact.
Yeah. And then we add our hoses and should be able to add the wheels, right?
Let's make a flat line on that. Yeah, we're about done.
Race ready. And the race is this weekend.
Yeah, the race is this weekend, so we better be about done, right?
This weekend, for all the Cub Scouts watching this, if then they need
well, there might be a different
advertisement.
weekend.
Yeah.
Theirs is probably on a different weekend than ours.
If you're wee blowing and it's this, and you're in the same rank, the same den, then it's this weekend.
Yep, we're gonna race Saturday. All right, we'll try that.
Anthony in our den.
Who?
Anthony in our den.
Anthony who?
Anthony Thomas.
I don't know. There we go. That holds better. We just needed a flat spot, right?
Yep.
All right. Good so far?
Yep. Then we add our hoses.
All right. So let's. Think we ought to weigh it?
Yeah.
Let's see where we are. Because the glue has to weigh something, right? I don't know how close we are.
And the stuff on top must weigh something.
So let's see where we're at. So let's move all this. We need this tray to do it. So let's dump all this stuff into this tray instead. So that's all the stuff we plan on still putting on, right? Oh, and here we got turret. So the T is for tear. See the T?
Yep.
What that means is it makes it so it counts this tray as part of the scale. So if we hit tear, that'll zero it all out, right?
Yep.
And then we can put our wheels in the tray.
So our wheels weigh...
0.37 ounces.
Yep, we should add the nails.
And the nails.
Add.
So about a half ounce of wheels and nails and axles, right?
Yep. The hoses have to add like...
Not very much. We can take them out and see. They don't add very much. Oops. So a half ounce just in wheels and axles.
Yep.
And then those go in there and they add like 10th, 100th or something. And then let's see what we got whole car weighs. Right now at
4.98.
4.98. So the glue isn't doing too bad. So let's go ahead and glue our box on. We're not doing too bad with our glue. I was worried our glue was going to get too heavy, and I didn't want to make everything too heavy, right?
We cannot add the screws.
Well, I don't know if we're going to or not. We'll see where we're at when we're done, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see where we end up. Because we need to be at 5 ounces, right?
Yeah.
So let's get some glue on here.
I wish that they let us put this dragging behind it so it looks like it had a ghost following it.
I don't think we can do that. It's got to be on the track and safe for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Squish that down. Like straight-ish.
Straight-ish.
All right.
And it even looks like the red thing's connected to it, like it's a generator and box.
Okay. All right. So we got all that. We still need to put our logos on. So we have these paste-on logos. So we have our Ghostbusters logos, and we printed those. We printed those, and then we colored them with a marker, right?
Yep.
So these will have to be attached with some kind of clear.
Yep, and then we'll have one on the back. If there's room.
I think there's room on the back.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't think so? It might be angled a little bit because of the curves.
Yeah. And we got like 6 more if we mess up.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of these, right? So I'm just cutting it out. We're gonna cut it out better, but for now, it's gonna look like that, right? Going like that, and we'll have to glue it on. I wonder if the super glue might be good for that, to glue it on.
That might work. I mean, we don't want them getting knocked off.
Scissors on me,
You
buddy.
were gonna ask me to cut them out.
Well, you want to start cutting the other one out?
Okay.
You gotta do a good job.
Okay, what do I cut it out with?
I'll give you these scissors in a second. Let me do this one, and you can cut the other one out.
Okay.
You gotta do a good job, though. Carefully cut it out. No crazy pants.
I can't go.
Not in a hurry. You get in a hurry a lot. You gotta focus on doing a good job. You can't just cut it fast. You gotta cut it correctly. And you said you wanted these hoses on here too, right?
Yeah, all 3.
All 3. So where's the green one, or the green and yellow one's gonna come out of the top of this thing, you think, or is it gonna go somewhere else?
What are they gonna come out of the top of?
I thought about coming out of here, but it'd be too high.
Yeah.
Maybe we should drill a hole to poke it in here and just have it run around and come back in.
Yeah.
That work for you?
Yep. And then we can have some running down the sides.
Well, we're gonna have a blue one. This one.
Yep.
I want this one to come here, like this. We're gonna glue it in there.
Yep.
We're gonna have it come down here. What do you think? You're not looking.
I'm concentrating.
Well, okay. Well, you want to look at this like that? I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I thought we could glue that one in like that.
And do you think we should add the Cadillac emblem?
I was thinking we could draw that on with pencil, because the pencil works really good for the door handles and all that. At least I think it did.
Yeah.
So I think we might draw that on with the pencil. All right. So we got a Ghostbuster emblem on that side. We need one on this side, right? Make sure none of our stuff falls off while I'm working on it. Need some place to set there. All right. Till our glue dries, right? Keep it all good till the glue dries. All right, let's see if we can get this glued up without gluing it to my fingers. What do you think? What do you think the chances are?
You don't stand a chance.
It might not. Okay, we got glue on it.
Hey, maybe you do stand a chance.
All right, what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you want the yellow one on it.
Yep.
I don't know if do we need to drill holes, or do you think we can
Let's
just
glue it to the top
glue
of
it
the
to the
roof
top?
like that. Then it'll look like it's going into the generator.
Hey, let's get some more glue so we can make some more
nail.
spots. Get some more glue to use, and then we can hopefully get it all where it looks good. Dip that in there. Doesn't get in there. This glue doesn't want to get in that hose at all. It's too thick. The rubber, the wire insulation, I guess is what it is, right? We just made some wire, took the insulation off some wire.
Yep.
That's what it actually is. But it's working all right. Looks pretty good. I think so anyway. All right, so we got glue on both ends. I need my tool. All right. So you said you wanted this end to go over to here.
Yep.
Glued in like that.
It looks like there's a hole, but it's because the liquid nail's the same white.
Yeah, those look pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And then this one can come around this way. And I'm thinking we might be able to push this down. Make it wrap around like this. Want to get some glue, excess glue off, but
It seems like just 2 days ago we were sanding the crap out of this thing. Now it's just about ready for wheels.
just about. Wipe our excess glue off.
I mean, literally only 2 days ago we were sanding the crap out of it.
Just we can scrape some of that off once we're done, right?
Yep.
Alright, so let me get some more glue on this thing. Not that much. A little less than that.
Dab.
Let's see if we can get some more glue on this end. What do you think?
I like it.
I don't think we have room for the red one, though. You know what I mean? We'll go leave it like that.
Yeah, I like it like that. Now all I gotta do is nail in the wheels.
I think what we might do is get some under this, the rope that's up this one here.
Yep.
I need to glue that down a little better. So I think we'll actually add a little glue here just so it doesn't get yanked off easily. And smoosh that down there too. There we go. Because I don't want it to get accidentally knocked loose if someone hooked a fingernail or something under it, right?
Yeah.
Let's clean that up.
Also, I take it the den leaders will put the cars on the track and not the Boy
Yeah, I
Scouts.
imagine the Boy Scouts will help again, but who knows? Depends on how many are allowed to be at the place.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to see. Anyway.
I'm having a hard time now remembering whether I'm in bear rank or Libro rank.
Yeah, we kind of missed a lot of stuff because of COVID, right?
Yeah. I missed the entire bear rank.
Well, we did it. We just did most of it at home.
Yeah.
All right, let's weigh her again and see where we're at because we added some glue. And the glue weighs something too, right?
Tear.
So we're going to tear that. Put our wheels back in.
Why are you putting them all in face down?
I don't know. It's just the way they go. The way they fit. All right, so that gives us a ½ ounce again. And then the car, we are at 4.99 ounces. That's almost perfect. So we put it together, we should be about done, right?
Yep.
We should be just about have it done.
We also need a logo for the rear.
Well, we can put the logo on, but that shouldn't weigh that much. I don't know if we'll have to see will it fit. Because the logo on the back has to go in this curve. You know what I mean? It might. You think it'll work?
Yeah, I think it'll work.
Okay. Let's trim it up a little bit more. Because this top part's going to want to overhang. So far, I've only glued one thing to my finger. The headlight, right? So far, we're doing pretty good.
Off, though, so that doesn't count because you got it back.
We're doing pretty
It
good.
has to be stuck to your finger for good before it's stuck to your finger.
All right, how do you feel about that?
I like it.
All right. Our headlight, our siren lights are turning before the glue dries. All right, we need to let our glue dry and then get our wheels on.
Yes!
I think we're done.
It's race ready.
Just about. Let's cut up. Can you? I'll put the lid on glue. I don't want to get all glued.
Yeah, don't let me get my hands.
Your glue's all, your hands all glued
My
together.
hands are glued.
All right. Glue is still drying a little bit, but we got most of the way drying, and we got our wheels on it, which we painted white walls on.
And we add the emblem.
We put the emblems on it. Put a little bit of graphite in the wheels so they roll good.
Yep. Because I promised you in the video we pump it full of graphite.
So the wheels roll pretty good.
Does graphite weigh anything?
A little bit. We'll weigh it again here in a minute.
It's probably like a 1,000th of an ounce.
So there's our car. We need to weigh it again. So we need to put it on top of a tray or something to hold it up off our scale because the wheels will roll off our scale, right? So we need something to put on there. We have a little wooden block somewhere, didn't we? Oh, this will work. The scale doesn't care how big our block is because we can tear it, right? So turn it on. We'll put this block here. Wait till it gets done thinking. And we'll tear it so it doesn't weigh the block. And we'll weigh our car. 4.99 ounces.
Woohoo!
Right on the money, I think. I think that is our car this year. We still need to give it a little bit of time for the glue to dry.
It might even get lighter when the glue dries.
I might, but I don't think it'll get too much lighter than that. I think we're all right. And that'll be our car this year. So, Ghostbusters Ecto 1. Even says Ecto 1 on the license plates. Not very good. It kind of blurred it a little bit, but oh, well, I guess that one looks better.
1980 something Ecto 1 from the 1980s.
I don't think it's not. It's from the 80s movie, but it's actually a 60s model.
Oh.
Cadillac.
Well,
Ambulance, I
I'm
think.
calling the hearse from the 2016 movie the 2016 hearse, even though that thing obviously wasn't made in 2016.
All right, so I think we're all set. 4.99 is pretty good. Call that good enough. So our car has to be less than 2 3/4 inches wide, right? So we can set this little thing. There's 2, and we'll go around to 3/4. So our car should be able to go through here. This.
Yep.
Just as fine, right? We're good. And it should not be. This won't go to 7 inches. It can't be more than 7 inches long. So our car is actually the same length as the original block. We never added anything to the front or the back, right?
Yep.
We only took away wood, so it's shorter than the original block. And then we didn't change the width between the wheels, which has to be 1 3/4 inches.
Yeah.
And then the bottom clearance you were talking about has to have 3/8 clearance on the bottom. That's to clear the track. Because it has to have that rack down
Yeah.
here. So
It keeps the car from sliding all over.
we didn't change that. We didn't
blowing
change
off
that
the track.
either. So it should have 3/8 clearance, that much clearance between the car and the bottom. And we got plenty of clearance, right?
Yeah.
So we should be all set. We'll take our instructions, our rules anyway. And we'll take our car. And I think we're ready to take it upstairs and let it dry some more. I think.
I'll carry it upstairs.
All right, well, don't touch the glue on top. We're still drying there.